Yeah, comfortable win in the end then. Atletico Madrid 3, Girona 1. Simeone's side picking up their first 3 points of the season. Let's go back, shall we? Pitch side to the Metropolitano. Are they both, is both Lewis and Sid there? Oh no, let's hear from Daley Blind first, sorry.
Daley, thank you very much for having us. What are your views on the game?
I think in the first half we have some couple of chances. I think maybe a bit more than Atletico, but we didn't finish. And you know, when Atletico score a goal with a free kick, it's very difficult to score against them. They're very compact, very good in defense, and you know, in their own stadium, it's difficult to create a lot. But I think the chances of us were in the first half, and in the second half was very difficult for us to create something.
Anyway, it might be hard for you because if you see how Girona performed tonight and you see the result, it's like too much for you.
Yes, we are a team with a lot of ball possession, but it's about creating chances. And like I said, in the first half, we created a few chances and a few shots on goal. In the second half, we had a lot of ball possession, but we didn't create too much, and we need to work on that. But I agree, if you can have the ball this much in the stadium of Atletico, it's good, but you know, you don't get points for ball possession.
A fair point there as we go back to the Metropolitano to get some reaction from the boys who, of course, are pitch side throughout this game. You take a look at this, guys, and a little bit like Real Madrid, this wasn't really quite a 3-0 win, but in the end, the quality shone through for Simeone's side.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much right, isn't it? It felt a little bit down. In the first half, Atletico didn't quite get going, and you know, sitting next to Luis, we kept watching Marcos Llorente open up the right side of the pitch and not get the ball, and he waited a very long time for it to happen. They eventually got the goal through a deflected free kick, through a very bad mistake. They get the second goal now. It's a brilliant shot, but I agree that the goalkeeper was poor. I also thought as well that Girona let him go a very, very long way without stepping out to him. And then, of course, as you say, the goal comes at the end. But I thought I liked the energy of Atletico Madrid tonight, and it was really striking in the first half, at least, when we had Julian Alvarez just in front of him, how much he chases people down. And I think that, almost more than the goals, almost more than the talent, is what Simeone really wants. And I think we saw little glimpses of that as well with Conor Gallagher. Yeah. Possibly a little lucky not to get booked with one of them.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the Atletico Madrid didn't want to get surprised again by this Girona. They know that they can have the possession, with the build-up, with the drills that they are normally doing. They find always that run into the box that they were so dangerous last year with two men so wide open. Those spaces into the middle were the ones that Atletico Madrid wanted to give to this Girona side. In the moment they scored the goal, it's like a old school Simeone's style. They wait a little bit at the back, they are very solid, they are very compact, no spaces, and in transition right now Simeone has got just bullets. They got so many fast players to make transition with Lino, with Riquelme, Gallagher also in the second half, Julian Alvarez very quick, Llorente. So in the moment that you score the first goal and you know that Girona is going to open up and commit players forward, that's the perfect scenario to Simeone's style. He's going to wait, regain the ball, wait for a mistake of Girona in one of the passes, and then make those quick transitions. The goals arrive each to the one or maybe two of them because of mistakes of Gazzaniga, but I think that if Atletico Madrid needed something extra, they would have put it on the table. In the end, a 3-0 result, I think it's a little bit too much, but definitely Atletico Madrid, I think they went for it and well deserved these 3 points.
You look at, we talked before the game about the strength of this squad. You look at the 5 subs that he made, all strong players that come on. You know, Correa, Sorloth, Koke, Gallagher, Ronaldo, you know, all guys that have been seen to be starters. So he could go to the bench at any given point, and he had more. He didn't have to be those 5, he had others that he could have made the changes. And then you look at Girona and about the possession. If anything tells you that they're not going to have in the final third what they had last year, you're replacing Savinho with Brian Hill, who is utterly lightweight. He may have tricks and he may have ability, but he's lightweight. He's lightweight in the final third, and his end product is questionable. Whereas last year, not only did they have Artem Dovbyk up there, who was a battering ram and in the first 6 months of the season was on fire, they had people in the wide positions that were skinning defenders. They were skinning them and they were getting crosses in. They just don't have that. They just don't have that. So they're going to have to find, well, they don't have it in terms of what they did last year. They might have it in fits and starts. So they're going to have to find a different way, because they had lots of possession last year, but they had a killer instinct in the final third. They had, as I said, they had people, they stretched teams, they got in behind fullbacks, they got crosses in, and had a big guy up front who was on fire. So it's going to be difficult for them. In terms of Atleti, that was, I'm going to say decent. At home, you get 3 goals. It wasn't slick and it wasn't always pretty, but it's a winning start at home after the draw last week. It's brushing a few cobwebs off. The atmosphere was good, and I think just getting oiled and getting up to speed and keeping a clean sheet. So that, for their point of view in their first home game, was a decent start.
I thought it was more than just a decent start for Atletico Madrid, in that it was needed. And given the spending that they've made this summer, the expectation around Atletico Madrid and their ability to compete at the top end of the table, I think is going to be tested, because that's what their fans are expecting of them this season. And against a Girona team where it's difficult. When you're a smaller club and you exceed all expectations as you do last season, inevitably the big boys come calling for your players, and it's just hard to replicate. And while it's still very early in the season, I think more people are thinking of Girona as that team that finished third last season, which makes this Atletico Madrid result all the more impressive, that you beat the team that finished third last season quite comfortably in the end and at home. As opposed to, and you contrast that with Real Madrid, where, again, similar starts to the season, similar result today, but their expectations are a whole lot higher, given the season that they had last year. So pretty similar, but it just feels so different given both clubs' prospects and what their fans may be expecting as a minimum from them this time around.
There are, of course, midweek fixtures as well coming up in La Liga. Where are you going, Sid? Anywhere exciting?
Yeah, very exciting, actually. Rayo Vallecano against Barcelona on Tuesday night. And Rayo have just signed James Rodriguez.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty random and pretty left field, but really quite exciting.
Will they let him wear his Colombia top?
That would be very nice, wouldn't it? They didn't let Falcao do it, but plenty of fans did it, so maybe they let James do it.
No, exactly. Thank you very much, Sid. Thank you very much, Luis. Just a reminder then, the action that continues at midweek in La Liga. As Sid mentioned, there'll be a full programme of matches, and we have them all on ESPN+. It starts tomorrow, Villarreal taking on Celta Vigo. And on Tuesday, Rayo take on Barcelona. Wednesday, Atletico Madrid against Espanyol. And Thursday sees Real Madrid away against Las Palmas.